What's up, guys? This is Astranox, showcase of Mediator Kawerik in Arena. So let me just show you guys this clip here. I got him. It took 20 pulls. That's what I was missing, right? So I did Secret Shop refreshes. It took just a bit over 5,000 Sky Stones worth of Secret Shop refreshes. But I got him on account number 2, the account I wanted him on, because I need that attack buff and immunity. That combo with the debuff removal before he applies those 2 buffs. That's pretty solid right there. Love the new experience increase system using the penguins. Man, it's super quick. Look at how fast it is. You can just store all your penguins, and if you get good or great success, you just get a refund of penguins. It's so good. And the quick promotion here to 6-star, and then I bring him to level 60. And just a bit of awakening, the last awakening, the 6th one, and we'll do some skill ups. After that, I'll show you guys the way I've built him, his stats. 15 skill ups, guys, on Mediator Kawerik. I went all in because I have the MolaGora, and you guys know when I showcase heroes, I like to go all in. Unless it's a hero like Flan, don't really need any skill ups on her. But pretty much every hero that I showcase, they are at plus 15 skill ups. So I will try him on different builds later on. I'm thinking try him on Bruiser, but right now he is on high effect resistance with enough speed to go first. And he's actually on Shoes Artifact, so he can actually cycle faster. Skill number 3, attack buff immunity, the cleansing of debuffs first, 4-turn cooldown, and the soul burn for 1-turn increase on those 2 buffs. Attack break for 2 turns on skill number 2, 3-turn cooldown. The barrier on all allies, and it is based on the allies' maximum health, and it's not based on his maximum health. So you want to pair him with heroes that have a nice amount of health, big health pool. And the skill 1 has 15% combat shrewdness increase for the ally that is with the highest amount of combat shrewdness. So you could have him on a counter set, but I opted for speed and broken set, and it seems to be working just fine. So survivability wise, he's got very high base health, high defense, but I went for 232 speed. Effect resistance is at 165 plus the snow crystal, so 185% effect resistance. I was trying to increase that even further, but I couldn't because that gear is reserved for DROELOE of Light and my Ray as well, which I don't really like to use. Another good reason why I wanted to have this hero. But yeah, so the way I built him, it works fine. If you have him on a counter set, that would be pretty interesting. That skill 1 pushing the ally closer to 100% CR. That could surprise some players. You can do some pretty cool stuff with that, but it might break your turn order, right? So if the counter attack triggers at the start of the battle, he didn't even put the attack buff on the hero, then that hero gets more combat units than himself, and then boom, they go, it's their turn, they don't have attack buff, so it could mess up your your combo. So I got some footage that is battles are not too long, because I had some battles 5-minute, man, grinding the enemy team. It's too slow. Even some teams I just turn on auto, right? I had Solitaria of the Snow in 2 battles. I just ditched those clips, those battles, because I had to speed up the battle, and I felt you know what, I don't want to just put that on X2, X3 speed. It looks funky, and then I can't have the in-game sound running. So yeah, scratch that. So what I've noticed with this hero is that if you really need the attack buff, because that's really powerful, right? 50% more attack, then that's good, but that's not a good enough reason to pull for him already. So you've got the removal of debuffs and the immunity plus the attack buff. So if you're using all that, you can see here his impact, healing wise, he didn't contribute with the barrier, maybe because the barrier of Fallen CC was still up, or we didn't take too much damage on our side. But some battles you will see the sustain from his barrier will be better than that. I mean, that was nothing right there. So I'm using Fallen Cecilia in most of the group compositions because the enemy teams, you know, arena defenses, they have F.O.O.L and CC most of the times, or they have very high offense. A lot of damage will come your way, and if I don't go with F.O.O.L and CC, then I would have to opt for maybe some sustain, and that would slow down the battle. So, you know, battles are just faster, and I can survive long enough to actually take out the opponent by doing that. But yeah, coming back to why, well, I mean, I don't know exactly why you would pull for this hero in his current state. And that's an issue that I have. That's my beef right now with the way they are introducing heroes, especially a Moonlight hero, right? They introduce the hero with a underpowered state, and then what happens is that you know that the buff will come later down the line. But what about free-to-play players which have been saving their currencies for so long, and they're trying to maybe get that hero that would fit their playstyle, that missing piece in the puzzle, right? Like, let's say you really need that attack buff, that immunity, that debuff cleansing, but then his kit is not powerful enough. Like, you know, he will eventually get buffed. Like, I cannot say for sure, right? But they will go over their statistics, and they will be like, okay, well, and all players are using this hero. He's already a ML, so yeah, he's gonna get less play. That's just the way things go. Probably don't need to be a genius to figure that one out. So yeah, he's probably gonna get a buff later down the line. Now the prime is that you're like, oh man, he's underpowered, he's garbage, he's trash, whatever, right? Like, I'm not pulling for that dude, okay? And then they buff him, they make him like maybe overpowered, right? Buff him a bit too much, and then, well, you're like, well, I can't get him now. Like, he's not gonna be in the Mystic rotation for forever, right? Like, for multiple months, and well, so yeah, you won't have him. But players that, you know, the Wells, they get everything anyways, or almost everything, so they will have that stuff, and you will be at a disadvantage when it comes down to, I mean, doing RT or whatever. So yeah, I don't like the fact that they're introducing heroes that are clearly underpowered. I don't usually say this much, but his kit could definitely get beefed up, right? But coming back to maybe why you would pull for this hero, right? The skill 3 is really his bread and butter. Like, just a ton of stuff happens there, and there's some cons, of course, to that. Like, there's still ways to counter his skill number 3. Now, the skill number 2, attack break for one target, that's really underwhelming, right? The big threats, they're like heroes, stealthed heroes like Landy, right, with the artifact to have her stealthed, like a Spectre Tenebria, stuff like that. But like, that means, like, you can counter the skill number 3. You can have a hero like a Bazaar Bar, which is a hero that just strips your buff. So even if he has high effect resistance, you apply those buffs on the team, and then they have like a Bazaar, they remove everything afterward. They could delay it in RTA. Like, if your hero goes first, I mean, if you put it up, they're just gonna remove it. Or if they're faster than you, they're just gonna use another skill. They're gonna delay the removal, the dispel, right, on your team, the strip, and then they'll take them off. So you want to have your team like really tight in speed, so your CR is like boom, 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 you're going one after the next. So having him on counter, giving potentially combat shrewdness to a hero and breaking that combo, that would be unfortunate. And most heroes, like in a slower playstyle, they might probably be optimal on a counter set. It's just that powerful. Of course, if you're not facing a bunch of heroes which don't trigger counter attacks, right, like Spectre Tenebria, Landy, Pavel. But yes, so the skill number 1, it's okay. Now the damage, it could be pretty solid. Like, he's got base health of over 7,000, so that's pretty rock solid right there. But it's also easier for him to be geared. Like, you can see here the sustain, right? It's respectable, I would say. But you need to have him paired with heroes that have a high amount of health, like yeah, like let's say bruisers. So the bear can be actually bigger because it scales off of the allies' max health and not his. So that's another issue. But if you were going for a hero, like if you want a hero that gives attack buff, right, into a CR push team, a cleave team, a single target burst team, then you would not go for this hero anyways. So most of the times this hero will be paired with you know, tankier heroes, but it doesn't stop you from having like a Spectre Tenebria in the shadows, a Landy, and have him in the team. And like, you don't need your whole team to be like super tanky. You could have that you know, that hero that is pretty soft in the back, cannot be targeted, and you're just like dealing a ton of damage at the enemy team, and you have attack buff now because of this hero, so that's pretty nice. Now that's a prime. If the enemy team has an RTA, they're going with like, they see you pick him early on, well, you probably should pick him at the end, right? Because if you pick him too early on, they will go with double strip heroes, and then even if you ban one, then you're like, you know, they still have another one. And well, yeah, there's definitely gonna be ways to make this hero shine. In these clips, I mean, you might have seen some of those situations, and I want to try him out in RT. I want to try him out in Guild War, and really keep on giving you guys my thoughts about this hero. But I feel like he's definitely underwhelming at this point. He still makes my hero shine, my team shines, because I knew that with his kit, that's sort of like the missing piece of the puzzle, something that I needed on this account. But I mean, it's not a must pull. No, I mean, not in his current state, guys. But my thoughts might change, right? So I'll give you guys a more in-depth review of this hero later on. These are the stats of the heroes that I use in this video. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. But that's gonna be it. Much nice. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.